welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to understand what a REST API is, why it's used everywhere in modern web development, and how clients and servers communicate using APIs. So if you have ever built a front-end app in React, so you might have used Fetch or worked with the backend technologies like Node.js. So then understanding REST API is absolutely essential. Okay, so let's begin with the basics. First of all, what is API? Okay, what is API? API stand for application programming interface. Okay, application programming interface. So this might sound some a bit fancy, but the idea is simple. An API is basically a messenger between two systems. Okay, so imagine you go to a restaurant. Okay, you go to a restaurant, or so instead of directly going into the kitchen and cook your own food, you tell waiter, okay? You tell waiter, you tell waiter what you want actually. So the waiter takes your request to the kitchen. So request to the kitchen and brings back food, brings back food and give it to you simply. So in this example, so you are the client, okay? You are the client and the kitchen is server, and this waiter you can consider as API. Waiter you can consider as API. So an API allows the client to request something from server and get a response back. So now what is REST? So REST stands for let me write it. REST stand for representational representational state transfer. Okay, representational state transfer. So the name looks more complicated than the concept. Okay, so REST is basically a set of architecture rules for designing APIs. Okay, a REST API follows certain conventions, so communication stays clean, predictable, and scalable. Okay, so in simple words, REST tells us how URL should look, okay, which HTTP method to use, and how data should be transferred. Now let's understand with this a very real example. Suppose you are building an e-commerce website. Okay, you are building an e-commerce website. E-commerce website. Commerce. Okay, you are building a e-commerce websites, and you have lot of products. Okay, so what you might want? Okay, you might want to get all products, and you also might like get single product, and you also like to some say create or add new product. Okay, and say update a product and like delete a product. Okay, so REST APIs helps us organize these actions cleanly. Okay, for example, let's say, for example, how it helps. For example, slash products. Okay, slash products, this could you say get slash products. This means give me all products, give me all products. And you say like get product slash 2. So give me, you can say give me product with id 2. Okay, and next example you can say post slash products. This means create a new product. Okay, create a new product. And there might be some other example like you say put slash product slash 2. This simply means update the product with id 2. Okay, update the product with id 2. And another example can be like delete. Okay, so delete for you can use like product slash 1. Simply remove or delete product with id 1. Okay, so instead of random endpoints, REST gives structure. Okay, REST give structures. So Now let's talk about HTTP methods. Okay, so although I have already covered this in my video, you can go to the channel and watch the video for HTTP methods. Okay, so these methods are very important. Okay, the first one is get. First one is get. Get is used to retrieve data. Okay, get is used to retrieve data. Example, slash products give me all data. Okay, and so you can think of get as a, say you want to read data or read only kind of thing. Okay, the next one is post. Okay, post slash products, create a new product. Okay, you will pass something into to the body. Okay, you will pass something into the body, say name, product 2. Okay, next is put. Put is used to update an existing resource. Okay, like put slash product 2 update the product with id 2. Okay, I don't want to repeat these things. Okay, and the next one is like delete, delete or remove data. So all these, this get, post, put, delete, all these are HTTP methods. Okay, very straightforward, nothing to worry. Now let's about status codes. So whenever client sends a request, server responds with a status code. Okay, this tells whether the request succeeded or failed. So these codes as well, the HTTP status codes as well, I have covered in my previous video. Okay, so go and watch both HTTP method codes. Okay, so this also I have covered, like some of these are like 400 bad request. Okay, say 401 unauthorized, say 500 internal server error, say 200 success. So these are the HTTP methods. Okay, so you can I will add the video to the eye icon. Okay, you can click on the eye icon and simply go to the HTTP methods. So if you are a request user, say and 999, this is a, and the user doesn't exist. Okay, the server may simply return 404. Okay, so now let's understand request and response together. Okay, request and response. Okay, so a request usually contains, request contains, okay, what it will contain, say method, and the other thing is URL, say headers, and other thing could be say body for post. Okay, so headers as well, we have also covered, these are HTTP headers. Okay, HTTP headers, we have also covered this. Okay, so uh, so let's talk about response now. So response contains, say response may have status code, like say 200 or 201 or anything. Okay, then another thing could be response headers. This I have explained very well in my video, so you can go and watch. It can have say body, or you can say data. Okay, whatever data the request is sending back. So and so these are some essential things that a request and response can contain. And the another thing is say JSON. Okay, so I have already created a JSON video as well. So this REST API itself means in my previous videos I have already covered all these topics. Okay, so all these combined makes the REST API. Okay, JSON as well. I hope you have seen, like this is JavaScript object notation. Okay, so why JSON? Why a server respond with JSON? Because it is lightweight, readable, and it is language independent. Okay, your front end and back end both can use JSON. Okay, so uh, another thing is, say what all you should follow to make your REST APIs good, look good. Okay, the first, you can say I am just marking it as like things to remember. Okay, remember. So the first one is good REST APIs use nouns. Okay, not verbs. Example, say you want to get all the users. Okay, so instead of using get users, okay, you can simply use slash users. Okay, so you can use slash users. And uh, another you can say things to remember, like URL should be clean. The endpoints you are calling should be clean. Okay, and now see why REST APIs are useful. Okay, why REST APIs are useful. So the first point is front end and back end both can, front end and back end separation, simply you can say. Okay, front end and back end separation. So React app. So suppose you have a React app that can consume APIs independently. Okay, and your other you have a mobile app that also can use your APIs. Number two is multiple clients. Multiple clients, as I told. So same API can serve. So let me write it here. Like same API can be used by say mobile, okay, and desktop, say web, okay. So this means that the it supports multiple clients. And the number three is scalability. Okay, number three is scalability. REST APIs are very easy to maintain, and you can say extend as well. Okay, and the fourth point is say you can say standardization. Okay, means it means like developers you can say already understands conventions. Okay, these are the standards. Like get will always be used as get. Okay, these are standards like HTTP methods, status, headers. These are standards. Okay, that's why standardization. Okay, and some best practices you can say like I have already told. Say use nouns. Okay, use plurals mainly. Use proper status code. Let me write it here only. Use proper status code. Okay, and you can say validate request data. You can validate request data. You should validate request data. Okay, so let's summarize. Let's summarize this video. So REST API is a structured way for client and server to communicate. Okay, and the important things to remember is like API is a messenger. Okay, and REST is a design convention. It's not like a phenomenon or something. It's a design convention. Then HTTP methods, get for fetching data, post for creating data, put, delete, JSON, and status codes, okay, to indicate the better result. Okay. So once you understand REST APIs, so your backend and front end communication become much easier. Okay. So yeah. So in the upcoming videos, I will try to build a REST API using Node or Python or any library from scratch. Okay. So if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.